Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be doing a Milwaukee Bucks Media Day review. So to start off with Doc Rivers and John Horst's press conference. Some of the topics they talked about were maximizing the team, including Giannis and the rest of the role players. They talked about being a faster, more athletic and versatile team. And a point they emphasized on was more three-point shooting on this team, and I completely agree. Some of the weapons that this Bucks team have added are really good three-point shooters, and this team is deep in terms of that aspect of the game. Another point that was addressed was that the Bucks needed to shoot a higher volume of three-pointers, and this is something that all Bucks fans were saying as well, because with the quality of three-point shooting that the Bucks have, there needs to be more threes taken, and they said that a faster pace and getting to the paint more is going to help. And for me, the faster pace and getting to the paint more point is exactly what I wanted to hear. Getting guys like Cole Anthony, KPJ, Ryan Rollins, Giannis, guys who can attack the paint, can get paint points and paint touches and generate three-point looks. That is going to be so important this season. They also talked about significant defensive improvement with the addition of Miles Turner, who is a better defender than Brook at this stage of his career. He's younger, more mobile, athletic, and still provides rim protection. They said that everybody is healthy heading into training camp, which is massive news. And another interesting point that they talked about was that they could potentially play 3 different lineups, which is crazy, and it shows how deep this Bucks team is. John Horst also talked about trying to be proactive in the trade market as well, which is very encouraging to hear. And another thing that caught my eye was that they were using a lot of statistics to back up their decision making. Some of the numbers I heard was Turner was 70 to 75th percentile in pick and roll defense in the playoffs. The Bucks were 18th in three-point attempts. Doc said that the Bucks were 29th in advanced passes. So these guys are clearly paying attention. They're looking at the very minute details. They're looking at the statistics to back up their decisions, and that is very encouraging signs for Bucks fans. And the final thing they talked about was continuity and keeping guys that were already on the roster, which was extremely important. And to be honest, I'm very encouraged by this press conference. They said all the right things, but Doc Rivers says the right things all the time, but fails to deliver. But this time it feels a bit different. The team is different. There's a whole new young core, new faces, a completely different identity. And I think this season is going to be exciting for sure. And next up, Giannis Antetokounmpo's Media Day. Unfortunately, Giannis tested positive for COVID, so he couldn't physically be there. However, the Media Day was conducted online remotely. And some of the content he said was that he evaluated his options in terms of what position or team was the best for him to win a championship like he does every season. He talked about Miles Turner and how he was excited about that fit. He said that he has an all-time confidence in himself, which I completely agree with and I expected because of the generational run that he had in Eurobasket. He said that he's confident in the team. However, there was an awkward moment. Apparently, the owner Wes said that he had a meeting with Giannis discussing his future and confirmed that Giannis is staying. But Giannis said that he couldn't recall that moment, which was awkward, and I don't know what's going on with that. But moving on, Giannis talked about the All-Star Game format. He talked about his achievement with Greece. And finally, he talked about Thanasis. Him being back is massive for the Bucks in terms of driving Giannis, in terms of giving Giannis that motivation, and also being a leader in that locker room. Next up, Miles Turner's Media Day. So what he talks about is the city celebrating him and welcoming him. He talked about the trade, the implications of the trade regarding Dame. He talked about the fit with Giannis and how excited he is to play with him. And he also talks about more responsibility, right? Miles Turner is one of the veterans of this team. He's one of the more established guys in this Milwaukee Bucks team. And he has a lot of talent offensively and defensively. And Doc said it, and he's also said the same point. He's going to be more of a focal point offensively. So I wouldn't be surprised if he takes a little leap in terms of his offensive output. He also talks about the hunger to win a championship. Obviously, Miles Turner got to the finals with the Indiana Pacers and lost the NBA Finals in potentially the worst way you can lose, but he is hungrier than ever and wants to replicate the same success with the Milwaukee Bucks. Cole Anthony also took part in Media Day. Some of the things he said was that he was extremely excited to play with Giannis. He worked a lot in the off-season, and to be honest, he said all the right things. He said he wants to help the team to win. He wants to focus on this new identity that the Bucks are building, and he looks like a very high character guy, and I think he's going to have a very positive impact on the Milwaukee Bucks this season. Next up is Gary Trent and Bobby Portis's Media Day. Gary Trent stayed poised and calm as always, responded to the questions, and one major thing I heard was that he wanted to stay at Milwaukee because it was a winning organization and he believed that winning basketball will be played this season, which is very encouraging. However, Bobby Portis's presser was a lot more interesting. Bobby Portis said that he wants to step up more as a leader. He talks about the team's hoop sessions for the last 3 weeks, which is extremely encouraging to hear, meaning that the team has met up, they've built chemistry, they've played together, they're trying to find their strengths, weaknesses, what works, and this is a beautiful thing to see as a Milwaukee Bucks fan. He also talks about being motivated and having a chip on his shoulder. He mentions a time where he saw a meme where it said, if you cover Giannis on this Milwaukee Bucks team is trash. And he said this in the presser, and he said he's going to use this as motivation for the rest of the season. An encouraging but funny moment at the same time. And he also talks about the depth and the youth of this team. As I previously mentioned, there's a new young core. This team has got younger, more athletic, and this team is deep. There are 3 good basketball players in every single position. And to finish off the video, I'm going to be giving my final thoughts and expectations for the season for the Milwaukee Bucks. As you can see on the screen, here is the rotation for the Milwaukee Bucks. Point guard Kevin Porter Jr., Cole Anthony, Ryan Rollins. Shooting guard Gary Trent Jr., AJ Green and Gary Harris. Small forward Kuzma, Prince, Amir Coffey. Power forward Giannis, Bobby Portis. Center Miles Turner, Jericho Sims. So this team is very deep. There's 2-3 very good players in every single position. And the thing I love about this team is that it's got a completely new identity, a completely new core. It's more younger, athletic, faster. I think this team is severely underrated in the NBA. And the beautiful thing about this season is that there is no pressure on the Milwaukee Bucks. Absolutely no pressure at all, but there are young and hungry guys wanting to perform at the highest level, and this makes the Milwaukee Bucks extremely dangerous this season. Giannis Antetokounmpo plus role players who can shoot the hell out of the basketball. That's a dream fit. I genuinely believe that this team is going to overperform this season. They've got great depth, they've got good role players, they are the best shooting team in the NBA. They've got athleticism now. I like what this team has. And I'm not sure what seed they're going to finish. I'm not sure how many games they're going to win. It could fluctuate. But all I know is that the Eastern Conference is at its weakest in a really long time. And Milwaukee truly have a chance to make noise in the East and be successful this season. What do you guys think? Like, share, subscribe, comment, and peace.